Motorsport TV Live, brought to you by Motorsport Tickets, the dedicated motorsport experiences provider.
Hello and welcome to Motorsport TV Live. I'm Chris McCarthy with all the latest from the world of motorsport. Michael Masi defends stewards' decision delays. Esteban Ocon reflects on a good job from his team in Qatar, and junior drivers set to get a taste of four-wheel drive rally cars. All those stories and more coming up right here on Motorsport TV Live. FIA Formula One race director Michael Masi has defended the amount of time it can take for stewards to announce decisions on race weekends. This follows last weekend's Qatar Grand Prix, where it took over 21 hours from the end of qualifying before final decisions were announced, with Max Verstappen and Valtteri Bottas receiving grid penalties for yellow flag offences. The final decision was published just 45 minutes before the pit lane opened and the cars headed out to the grid for the race, leading to several criticisms. Masi insists that it takes time to process decisions because of the need to include full explanations. You actually want as much of an understanding as possible of the process that was gone through, he said. As you are all aware, that takes time to go through them, draft them, write and rewrite. That's one part. The other part is the teams need to be given their opportunity to present their case. Masi said the Qatar yellow flag hearings were scheduled for Sunday afternoon because drivers were not at the track on Saturday evening. Staying with Formula One, an Alpine driver, Esteban Ocon, thinks the team's improved form at Qatar was down to finding little tricks on the setup. Reflecting on the weekend, Ocon said the team did an exceptionally good job at setting up the car, going on to say, "I think we'll have obviously a lot of data to analyse and see why we were so competitive here. But in general, I think we have made a step with the car in terms of understanding and getting everything sorted." Alpine now lead AlphaTauri in the battle for fifth in the Constructors' Championship by 25 points going into the final two races of the season. Meanwhile, Nikita Mazepin remains unsure if he will have to stick with the too fat Haas Formula One chassis in the remaining two races of the 2021 season. Earlier this year, the Russian complained that he was running a chassis that was heavier than the one used by teammate Mick Schumacher. At the Belgian Grand Prix, Mazepin got the lighter chassis, which at the time he said had massively improved his one-lap pace. However, he was forced to revert back after damaging the newer one in opening practice for the Qatar Grand Prix, which he completed with the older, heavier version. It handles fine, but when you are carrying extra weight on you, it's just not optimal for the lap time, said Mazepin after the Losail event. "You know, there's a reason why drivers don't eat French fries and then sandwiches. The chassis is a little bit too fat for me." And that, ladies and gentlemen, a quote from an actual Formula One driver. Haas team principal Günther Steiner said that despite being cracked, the lighter chassis was repairable, but that the team needed to make sure it could be ready in time for the next races before making a decision. Well, don't go anywhere. We've got lots more news from the world of motorsport coming up here on Motorsport TV Live. Super GT in action there, and you can catch the final round from Fuji this weekend with the teams on track for qualifying on Saturday and the big race hitting the tarmac on Sunday. And that's not all. The SRO Esports GT Series will be taking to a virtual Suzuka track for round 3 on Saturday. It's a 10-hour endurance race, so make sure you are sitting comfortably for that one. And if you're more of a Tin Tops fan, the World Touring Car Cup rounds 15 and 16 are at Sochi this weekend, with quali on Saturday and both races on Sunday. That's all live, and it's all on Motorsport TV this weekend. We're heading into that Super GT finale. Honda are in a strong position to wrap up the title. However, mathematically, there are still 6 contenders in the running. Earlier this week, Motorsport.com's news editor Jamie Klein spoke to us about the top 3 teams who are split by just 5 points.
Yeah, that's right. 3 teams with the best chance, and they're all Hondas, which is quite an amazing state of affairs when you think back to the first round of the season and Toyota dominating Okayama, which must feel like a long time ago for them now. But yeah, it's extremely likely that Honda will get a second consecutive GT500 title, and we've got a brilliant battle in store between those 3 teams: Team Kunimitsu, ARTA and Real Racing. So Naoki Yamamoto, of course, is leading the way by 5 points from Tomoki Nojiri and Nirei Fukuzumi, who've got those 2 wins in a row under their belt. So the momentum is on the ARTA duo's side, but there's a real interesting dimension to this battle because, of course, for those of our viewers that also watch Super Formula, will know that Tomoki Nojiri won that championship this year, and Naoki Yamamoto had an absolutely wretched season, changing teams to Nakajima Racing and just for whatever reason just not able to find the setup all season that he needed to take the fight to Nojiri. So now Nojiri has the chance to do what Yamamoto did 3 years ago and last year, which is to win both titles in the same year. A very unusual feat in the world of Japanese motorsport, but it's about the highest achievement that a driver in those championships can aim for. So a real interesting dimension to this battle, because I'm sure Yamamoto is not going to want to allow Nojiri to usurp him as the sort of the Honda top dog. So looking forward to seeing how that particular rivalry plays out on track.
Jamie Klein there, and what should be a cracking Super GT finale. And of course, you can catch all updates on that here on Motorsport TV Live this weekend. 2-wheel news now, and Valentino Rossi hopes Honda will give him his first MotoGP title-winning 500cc bike from 2001 for his collection, and has spoken with team boss Alberto Puig about it. The 9-time Grand Prix world champion retired from MotoGP at the end of the 2021 season, bringing to a close a 432 GP career spanning 26 campaigns. During his tenure, Rossi won championships with Aprilia in the 125cc and 250cc classes, with Honda 2-stroke 500cc and 4-stroke MotoGP machinery, as well as taking 4 MotoGP titles with Yamaha. During the Valencia finale, a special display of all of Rossi's title-winning bikes was staged in the paddock for him, with Rossi having most of them in his personal collection. The only bikes missing from Rossi's collection are the Honda NSR 500 he won his first title on in 2001, and the RC 211Vs he won the 2002 and 2003 championships on. And finally, do you have what it takes to drive a World Rally Championship car? Well, that's exactly what young drivers targeting next season's Junior WRC Championship are going to get the chance to do in Poland next month. Following confirmation of the series' 5-round calendar this week, entries for the championship have now opened, with applications for the 2022 Junior WRC Drive Day on Tuesday, the 7th of December at the Silesia Ring Circuit in Poland. also available. The event is an opportunity for those considering competing in the WRC's Stars of the Future series to try the four-wheel drive Fiesta and meet the entire Junior WRC team. Next season's Junior WRC will be the first time the series has used four-wheel drive machinery, giving youngsters a perfect introduction to life in the WRC as they embark on international careers. Well, that's all for now. I'm Chris McCarthy. Join us again here on Motorsport TV Live for all the latest news from the world of motorsport. Bye for now.